Welcome to Life Skills TTP. And today we're going to talk about one's journey, uh, one's own personal journey, what that looks like for myself, and then how am I going to continue and keep going. But before I get to that, I was sharing the fact that I'm 21 years sober. And what I find funny, if you can see my face, is why individuals would immediately start hitting the thumbs down. Now, you have to think either you're doing that because you don't believe it's true, or you are emotionally affected by what you've seen, and then you don't know how to respond to that. So your response is to be negative. I will tell you once again over here, because I don't really entertain it or really care. You're going to do you. You're going to behave this way. I call you individuals the helpful villains, because you will act as if you're on the good side, but you will constantly contradict yourself every single day, pretty much. And if you look at it in totality, who are you? What's your purpose? And then where are you going in the future? Because at this point, I don't see anything that tells me that you're a changed individual, you're not a selfish individual, and that you're not a jealous individual. There's nothing that I see that tells me that. And I can only go by my own personal experiences of how I got this analysis, and also doing some research on the individual itself. And so I say that to say that I am here to help. There's not going to be an aha moment. There's not going to be a thing where, oh, I told you so. It's not going to be any of that, because everybody is on their own. So if you understand that, then you understand that this is not some made up stuff. This is the truth. And so I just wanted to say that on base level, that it is very important to understand what your journey is, your mission, and how you can do that for yourself. This channel is self-directed. We're going to stay more into healing, dealing with some untreated trauma, and some things that I normally do. And I'm saying this to say that I've had a lot of loss in my life in the last 8 years. Our little group we grew up with, I'm the only one left. They're all gone. And so I've been having a hard time dealing with that. And how I've helped myself grieve, I guess, or cope with that is this channel. I told you that before. That's why I do stuff without the expectations of anything like that. What I do address is negative behavior, and the fact that that is a pretty inspiring video, so why would you put thumbs down? I know who it is. There's been the same 2 or 3 people since I had this channel, since I had 43 subscribers, 80, 124. These individuals are the same. And they've been tagging along with me since I started. And it's cool. But you're going to probably see by the time this is all over that you wasted a lot of time, because there's really not going to be an aha moment. I ended up here on my own through a journey, a spiritual journey. And so I landed there. Not that somebody put me there or or he's whatever like that. You know who people that act like that, they have a lot to hide. And what I know about people like that is they actually tell in real life, which is why they hide. It's their job. And so I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into the specifics of that, but that's what that stuff is. I can see it. I can smell it. And I know individuals like that. So I give them a lot of space because you don't know what they're going to do. And when you have businesses, you're trying to build businesses and you're doing things, you don't have time to entertain somebody like that. This platform is like that for some reason. A specific culture, it's specific people, they do this. For some reason, they don't have to. They could be better. They could build stuff. They can network. They can actually get real money. But instead, they want to do clown stuff. And so it's the only reason why I even make these type of videos is because I try to understand the human psyche and why human beings behave that way, especially with an individual that is not bothering them at all. So you got to think about that, and then what's the pursuit, and then what is the whole thing that you're trying to prove or accomplish, because it's not going to happen. I've worked in this field. I deal with this stuff. I mean, like from the top to the bottom, from prison to whatever. Like human behavior, I would think I have a little beat on it. And so I wait to see what happens, what individuals do. If you want to learn, grow, and create, because you know this world is at a standstill with that, because there's a lot of cloning, a lot of copying, and people didn't really have real talent. People didn't really do what they say they can do. It's very obvious. It's very, very, very obvious. So this is Life Skills TTP. We got some new stuff coming up, and thank you for hanging out with me. Enjoy your day.